G'day guys, today we're taking a quick look at the importance of tools, having them with you when you're off-roading or when you're touring. Now first off, sorry for the wind noise, it's a bit windy here in southeast Queensland today, so it's important to have a good set of tools with you when you're driving off-road or whether you're just doing a long touring trip, simply because anything can break at any time. You really just don't know. It's mechanical, and in nature it's a throw of the dice really, with wear and tear. You know, things might have been damaged and you don't know that they're damaged until you're halfway down the track or something like that. Then you might have a CV go, really common, fan belt snaps. If you don't have the right tools there to lever your tension pulley, you probably won't be able to put that new belt on if you've got one. It's not only just for you, it's also for others in your convoy as well, or if you're a good Samaritan, those who are stuck on the side of the track or on the side of the road, you want to be able to help them as well. Now, one really big misconception when it comes to carrying tools with you off-road or on a long journey is that you have to carry everything in your workshop. You know, every single spanner, every single socket, every jack. You really don't. Carry things that are specific to your vehicle. You find out whether it's imperial or metric, you start there. Start with all your sockets that you commonly use. If you have one nut on the car that's 32 millimeters, buddy, you don't need that. Leave it at home. If worst comes to worst, you might get away with a shifter. But the purpose of carrying tools with you off-road is to have them be multi-use, common, that you can use for everyday things, and that also might apply to other people as well in your convoy. So you might have a few metric vehicles, but if half your kit also does them, twice as good. Now, even if you can't do a repair 100%, having some tools on hand will at least enable you to do a bit of a bush repair so that you can, you know, get to the main road and call a tow truck. You know, if it gets you off the track and saves you thousands of dollars in recovery fees from an off-road tow truck, you know, it is what it is. A couple of categories of tools that I personally carry are mechanical tools, such as sockets, spanners, pliers, my beating hammer. Then I carry my electrical spares and tools, such as my crimpers, strippers, spare wire, solder, spare fuses, you know, everything to do with electrical, so that if by chance a light bar shorts out and burns a wire out, I can replace that and be back on my way. If for some reason, you know, you've parked up in a bit of a vermin infested area and somehow a rat's got into your fuse box and chewed a couple of wires overnight, you might be able to fix it and at least be able to continue back to the main road again. So let's take a look at some of these tools. Now in here I've got my crimpers for electrical tools. I've got a breaker bar, extensions, a ratchet, a couple of screwdrivers, some more screwdrivers, more sockets, spanners, multi-use screwdriver in here, multi-grips, a pair of pliers, a small spanner and a large spanner. In this pocket down the end here I have a series of sockets, some spare hose clamps, a permanent marker, and some smaller bits and bobs, as well as a set of Allen keys. There's a couple of little Allen key jobs on the car, so better to have them than not have them. They don't take up very much room. And this all just folds away neatly back into this little tool roll. and then sits down beside my drawers. Now, one thing to make sure you always carry with you is a good hammer. This is a good little club hammer. I can't tell you how invaluable this thing has been, from camp pegs at camp, breaking rocks to make a fire pit. You can use it to beat steel rims back into shape if they're not too bad. Just a great multi-use tool. Hammers are fantastic. You can even use it if you've got a really tight nut or something like that and you've got a spanner. You can shock load the spanner to sort of break it without stripping it too much. Now, in my electrical, this is it. Got different terminals assorted in there, a little bit of extra LED just in case. I keep a spare fuse and fuse holder here, permanent marker, assorted fuses in here, large wire joiners in here, as well as some bullet terminals. I keep a spare 40 amp relay, and this is a 100 amp relay, 100 amp fuse for the starter in the vehicle. That was something that happened when we first got the Patrol. That fuse was actually blown, so it wouldn't start, so that was a bit of a pain. And in the back, we've got some assorted spare wires in here, heat shrink, a nice razor tool, and some electrical tape. So everything you need to do some quick electrical fixes, or even a new installation if a mate has a light bar or something that needs to be done. So that's a quick look at tools when you're off-roading and going touring. What to carry, take a look at your vehicle, assess it, and assess what you need to carry, what you think you should. Make sure you calculate the weight of it, because that'll be a big factor in your vehicle. Tools weigh a lot more than you think when you add them all up. So thanks for watching, guys, and as always, live to explore.